It's gonna be like Call of Duty, I guess. Peter struggles with the guilt he feels over the death of his mentor and father figure, Otto Octavius. When did he die? By the end of this video, I would have made Marvel Spider-Man 2, almost. Okay, I can't fully develop a game, I'm one man. I'm barely a man. But with the help of our friend AI, ta-da!
They love me.
We would have made Marvel Spider-Man 2 because I'm sick of waiting. We don't know anything about the game. It might be coming out in September. Cheers, Venom. But other than that, what do we want?
We want Marvel Spider-Man 2.
When do we want it? Network error.
Thanks.
So the first question is, if I were to make a popular superhero video game, when should I release it this year? With AI, if you ask it certain questions about certain things, for example, if I asked it about Marvel Spider-Man 2, it's just going to be like, I don't have the answer, it could be fall, so I want it to sort of have a mind of its own and decide for us. We're going to make Marvel Spider-Man 2 from scratch with AI. AI is going to decide, and now it's just giving a long convoluted answer. I don't need that, let's stop generating. Okay, so we need a game release date to look forward to, so AI is going to decide on the 17th of November 2023. Even though Marvel Spider-Man 2 will likely be a single player game, even though they haven't confirmed it, let's just get AI to decide for us. What kind of game will it be? So AI, please help me pick between a single player game, co-op or multiplayer. Depends on what kind of experience. Just tell me, just give me one. Okay, so seeing as ChatGPT can't decide, let's make it pick between the numbers 1, 2 and 3, 1 being single player, 2 being co-op and 3 being multiplayer. What are you going to decide? 2, co-op. Very nice. Okay, so co-op makes sense. You've got Peter and Miles, so you could do like couch co-op or some sort of multiplayer co-op. So yeah, good choice, ChatGPT. Okay, now I want ChatGPT to pick what video game genre it's going to be. Of course, the proper Marvel Spider-Man 2 will likely be a single-player action-adventure video game. But, oh, okay. ChatGPT wants us to go for a first-person shooter for Marvel Spider-Man 2. Okay, it's going to be like Call of Duty, I guess. Okay, so obviously the first Marvel Spider-Man was open world, as was Miles Morales, but then from the past you did have the linear Spider-Man video games which have the certain charm to them. I really like them. As much as you can't do like the normal web swinging that everyone loves in the open world games, like I say, they've got the charm, so ChatGPT, pick between an open world game or linear. This is our version of Marvel Spider-Man 2, well, ChatGPT's version, so let it decide. Randomly selected open world. Okay, cool. Okay, so now we kind of want to decide how long the game's going to take to complete. Not that you can really put a number on it. People just complete games in their own leisure. We want like a ballpark. So we're going to let ChatGPT decide that as well. Okay, so ChatGPT is giving us a very long answer about the different reasons why games can be different lengths. So let's just go for 20 to 40 hours. That seems reasonable enough, I guess. Okay, so even though Marvel Spider-Man 2 is a first-person shooter, it's co-op and it's open world, can we web swing? It's elected web swinging! Yes! So a slight criticism of the Marvel Spider-Man games so far is that the web swinging isn't as physics-based as Spider-Man 2 from 2004, and one of the features you can do in that is a big loop-de-loop when you web swing. So mostly every video game improves upon the last one in the sequel, so let's see if the web swinging will be improved. Can you do a full 360 loop, ChatGPT? A big loop-a-loop-a-loop. Maybe I should have specified, can you do a full 360 degree loop, but it might understand. Okay, so ChatGPT is essentially saying it just depends on the gameplay and its mechanics. So let's just ask, are we going to have realistic physics or physics that are more common in video games these days that kind of hold it back and make it more appropriate for the video game world? Okay, so it's randomly selected really realistic physics. So in theory, if you're web swinging fast enough and you pull off the right moves and your web's attached to the right building, then yeah, you could maybe do a 360 loop. We've all tried it in real life, a double jump. I mean, I've not been able to do it. You might have been able to. You can do it in video games, so can Marvel Spider-Man 2 let you do a double jump in some way? I mean, Marvel Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales couldn't let you do it. Obviously, depending on the video games you've played growing up, double jump's a massive feature of like platformers, a lot of games where you can traverse a lot, so yeah. But ChatGPT's like, nah, no double jump. Kick me whilst I'm down, will you?
Jump and then jump again. Sure, it breaks the laws of physics, but so do most things I do. Okay,
so Marvel Spider-Man was set in fall, or autumn as we call it here in the UK, and Miles Morales was set in winter, or Christmas time. So when is Marvel Spider-Man 2 going to be set? AI, pick a random season, so ChatGPT is going to let us know. Summer, okay, cool, yeah, it's appropriate. We've had fall, we've had winter, so summer is the natural progression, I guess. No point trying to do fall again in a video game, in winter we've seen it all. Okay, so we're going to broaden the horizons and let AI pick what sort of graphics we're going for, and it's picked cell shading, which is really cool because I love that in Ultimate Spider-Man. That is such a good game. So yeah, we're straying away from sort of like the realistic kind of graphics and going for cell shading, so cool. Okay, so to capture these beautifully cell shaded graphics, are we going to have a photo mode? The last two games did, a lot of AAA video game titles do. So yeah, photo mode, fingers crossed it's got it, because I love photo mode. I spend more time in photo mode than I do actually playing the game, because I'm sad. Okay, so because we've asked a very open question, ChatGPT's given us a very open answer, which is kind of leading us to sort of answer the question, and we want you to decide. ChatGPT! Pick randomly photo mode or no photo mode. Randomly selected photo mode, yes! Okay, so even though we've got a first person shooter, it's open world and it's co-op, we need to know more about the gameplay mechanics. Again, Marvel Spider-Man 2 is going to have to offer something new in terms of what gameplay there is, just so it's not repeating on the last ones. So let's ask. Okay, we should probably pull from like popular video games these days, so let's just ask. So what are some popular video game mechanics? Please can you list a few random ones? Okay, so it's given us 8 different answers, and it's a lot to read through. I know a lot of games can include all 8, but for the sake of simplicity and just for making something fun, let's get it to narrow it down to 3. Please pick 3 random gameplay mechanics. Okay, so these are very random. We've got time manipulation, like in Prince of Persia. We've got resource management, so managing resources like ammunition, health, money, and puzzle solving, which a lot of video games have these days anyway. So time manipulation is very interesting. Did they do that in the Shattered Dimensions Edge of Time game? I guess Edge of Time. So I'm curious, so how could you manipulate time in a Spider-Man game? Okay, so it's actually come up with a really clever answer. So I know I could just pull these examples from anywhere on the internet, just copy and paste text. I'm not entirely sure how ChatGPT and AI works. Obviously it's been programmed to work a certain way. But yeah, I'm very impressed by the answer. So we've got slow motion, which makes sense. You could kind of do it in the previous games. Web zipping, not really a time manipulation thing. Time travel, yep, and web of time. Again, just rewinding time like a Prince of Persia. So yeah, very interesting. So I'm going to note these down. There's one more question that I'm itching to ask. A lot of the previous Spider-Man games have had QTEs, so will Marvel Spider-Man 2 have QTEs? Okay, so again, I asked a very open question and got a very open answer. Obviously the pros of having QTEs are very cinematic, and they engage the player, increased challenge. But then the cons, disruptive to gameplay, frustration for people who can't sort of finish them, and lack of creativity. For me, I understand the cinematic. I'm not a big fan of QTEs. I'd rather just do the action myself. But yeah, I get it. I get why they're there. I've got one question though. So will Marvel Spider-Man 2 have funny QTEs like in Spider-Man 3 the video game? And we all know which one I'm referring to. Even if you haven't played the game, you've likely seen the memes online or seen the video clip. So whilst AI is writing its answer, just to let you know, I've been recording sort of all the decisions AI's made for us in a separate Google Doc, so we can go back to it at the end and then see what game ChatGPT's created. So again, it's given us a very open answer, just saying it's not sure if it's going to have funny QTEs like in Spider-Man 3. As AI, it can't predict whether that will be in the game. Based on previous history, game developers do a similar thing. It's just been like, yeah, you'll find out soon. So we'll leave that blank. Okay, so a big part of the first 2 Spider-Man games by Insomniac were the abundancy of suits. So many suits, and they were all free. I mean, if you bought the DLC, then technically you've paid for them, but still they were sort of included and bundled together. So yes, so many suits, we've been spoiled rotten. So are we going to get some new ones in Marvel Spider-Man 2? Which ones are we going to get? Obviously Venom's in the game, so we'll likely get some symbiote-based ones. So yeah, let's see what ChatGPT is going to say. Again, so AI's like, I'm not sure, which is fair enough, so let's just ask it for some random suggestions. Okay, so please pick some random Spider-Man costumes or designs. Okay, so it's just giving us costumes that appeared in the first game, so I'm just going to ask it again just for ones that aren't included in the first game. Okay, so we've just asked it, please pick some random Spider-Man costumes or designs that did not appear in Marvel Spider-Man 2018. Okay, so we've got the bombastic Bagman, which I'm sure we had in the first game. It was a Fantastic Four suit with the bag. The Spider-Man 2099 black suit, so I've not actually seen this one before, so I'm going to Google it. And then Spider Armor Mark III. Okay, so I've just Googled them, and Spider Armor Mark III we've had before, Bombastic Bagman we've had before, and the Spider-Man 2099 black suit is just black instead of blue, so yeah. Not very useful in that way, ChatGPT. Okay, so now we need to learn more about the characters and the story. Okay, so we know that Peter Parker, Miles Morales and Venom are going to be in the game from the trailer, and possibly Kraven the Hunter, judging from the voice, but let's just see what other characters are going to appear. I've not mentioned Kraven the Hunter to ChatGPT because it's not been confirmed, we've not physically seen him, so let's just see what it suggests. Okay, so we've got an interesting answer. We've got Black Cat again. Yeah, fine, yeah, put her in the game again. Kind of makes sense to have her appear in the sequel. Although it'd be nice just to see some new characters. We've got Ghost Spider or Spider-Gwen. Obviously we don't know if Gwen Stacy exists in this universe. It's likely she's not been mentioned yet, but that would be interesting. And Doctor Strange, so we did see the Sanctum Sanctorum in the games previously, and so to have him appear would actually be really cool. So it says here that he can provide a unique perspective on the supernatural threats that may appear in the game. I don't know if there's going to be supernatural threats, but it'd be interesting if there were.
Then I asked ChatGPT for some more characters just to add a bit more spice.
Okay, so we've got Green Goblin, Kraven the Hunter, and J. Jonah Jameson. I mean, as for Green Goblin, I'd prefer it if they saved him for a third game. If you've got the likes of Venom, I'd rather Venom sort of steal the show in the second game and then leave Green Goblin for a third game. I feel like it needs to have that slow descent from Norman Osborn being Norman Osborn to the Green Goblin, so yeah. They did hint at it in the first game as well. You saw like the pumpkin bombs and gliders and suits and stuff, so you never know. Okay, now we need a story. We've got our characters. Let's ask ChatGPT to write the story. So ChatGPT's answer again is very sensible, very good estimate as to what could happen, but that's just based on the trailer, so let's have a read. So Peter Parker has settled back into his life as Spider-Man after defeating Dr. Octopus and the Sinister Six, but New York City is never at peace for long. No it ain't. A new threat emerges in the form of the symbiote, known as Venom, who has bonded with former Daily Bugle photographer Eddie Brock. So interesting, it's not actually Harry Osborn, and I would like to see that twist. Eddie Brock, it's hard because we've had Harry Osborn as Venom in maybe the comics. I know it's in one of the Spider-Man cartoons, but I personally prefer it to be Eddie Brock, more of a classic Venom. But yeah, ChatGPT is deciding this. So as Venom rampages through the city, Peter realises that he can't take on this threat alone. He enlists the help of his friend and fellow spider hero, Miles Morales, yay! Who's been honing his own spider-like abilities since the events of the first game. It's very true. We may or may not have had a game to sort of go over all that. Together, Spider-Man and Spider-Man team up to take on Venom, but they soon discover that the symbiote is not the only danger they face. Bum, bum, bum. A mysterious figure known as the Hunter is also stalking the streets of New York, seeking to capture Spider-Man as the ultimate trophy, the ultimate Spider-Man trophy. As the two heroes navigate the dangers of the city, they are also forced to confront their own personal demons. Peter struggles with the guilt he feels over the death of his mentor and father figure, Otto Octavius. When did he die? Why Miles grapples with the responsibility of being a hero whilst also balancing his personal life. Ultimately, the two Spider-Men, you mean Spider-Man and Spider-Man, must work together to take down Venom and the Hunter while also learning to trust each other and themselves as they continue to navigate the ever-changing landscape of being a hero in New York City. How sweet. So yeah, again, a very sensible answer. So with all that being said, we know the story, we know the characters, gameplay mechanics. Let's get a trailer for Marvel Spider-Man 2. Another trailer. Sorry, that's my cats. Say hello, it's me, Bandit. I'm like Batman. Mwah. Okay, so now according to ChatGPT, here is the trailer for Marvel Spider-Man 2.
So nervous.
Title card, Marvel Spider-Man 2. Opening shot of New York City, panning across skyscrapers as the sun rises. Narrator, in a deep, dramatic voice.
New York City, a city of heroes, a city of villains, and in the shadows, a new threat looms.
Cut to a shot of a dark alley, with the silhouette of a figure slinking towards the camera.
The symbiote, known as Venom, has bonded with a new host, Eddie Brock, and together, they seek to destroy all that Spider-Man stands for.
Cut to a shot of Spider-Man swinging through the city, dodging Venom's attacks.
But Spider-Man is not alone in this fight. He's joined by his ally and fellow spider hero, Miles Morales.
Cut to a shot of Miles performing acrobatic feats while fighting off a group of villains.
Together, they will face a threat like no other. But as they fight to save the city, they'll also have to confront their own personal demons.
Cut to shots of Peter Parker and Miles Morales dealing with personal struggles. Very good writing, including a shot of Peter staring at a picture of Otto Octavius. Again, that sort of leads into what they said about Otto Octavius being a father figure and a mentor and dying. I didn't get that vibe of being a father figure in the first game, but yeah, whatever.
Can they rise above their own doubts and fears and become the heroes that New York City needs?
cut to a shot of Venom and the Hunter, a mysterious figure in a hooded cloak.
Marvel Spider-Man 2, the ultimate battle for New York City begins.
Closing shot of Spider-Man and Miles standing together, ready to face whatever comes their way. Okay, so that's a very generic trailer. I don't think ChatGPT's the best at being overly creative. Obviously it's just the first trailer just repackaged in a different way, so yeah, not very exciting. Oh, I've got one final question. A bonus question. So now that we've come to the end, will Screwball from Marvel Spider-Man 2018 make a return in our game? I really bloody hope so. So ChatGPT's like, yeah, it's up to the developers. And do the developers listen to the fans? Yeah, more or less. They did a good job with the first 2 games. Did people like Screwball? Not particularly. Did I mind her? Not really. It was fun challenges. I know she was annoying as a character, but characters are meant to be annoying. They're meant to be different. You're not meant to get along with every character. So yeah, you never know, they might replace Screwball for Jar Jar Binks. Okay, so that's it. Let's go over everything that ChatGPT's recommended to us for Marvel Spider-Man 2 created by AI, almost Insomniac. Hey, do you like it? Marvel Spider-Man 2 created by Insomniac Games. This is the part where people leave the video. Okay, so the game's got a release date of the 17th of November 2023. I know it's probably going to be like September or October, according to Venom. Thanks, Venom. But yeah, this is what ChatGPT is deciding. This is our version of Marvel Spider-Man 2. So it's going to be a co-op game. It's going to be a first-person shooter. It's going to be open world. You'll be able to complete the game between 20 and 40 hours. Obviously, you just take it at your own pace. Yes, we can web swing. In a Spider-Man game, you can web swing. How good is that? Yes, we can do a loop like in Spider-Man 2 2004, and that will be achieved by really realistic physics, so it's whether you can master the physics to be able to do this. Sadly, no double jump though. Sorry, Mario fans. The game set in summertime, baby! The graphics are going to be cel-shaded, which I think really cool, a good callback to Ultimate Spider-Man, which featured Spider-Man and Venom. Yes, there's going to be a photo mode, as there should be for any Spider-Man game. The graphics are gorgeous, everyone loves Spider-Man, so yeah. Gameplay mechanics include time manipulation, like Prince of Persia, resource management and puzzle solving. We're not sure if there's going to be funny QTEs like in Spider-Man 3, one can only hope. AI has not been very helpful, it doesn't want us to have any new suits. The 50, 60, 70 new suits we got in Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales are enough. As for the characters, we've got Peter, Miles, Venom, Black Cat, Spider-Gwen, Doctor Strange, Green Goblin, Kraven and J. Jonah Jameson. As for the story, I mean, we could have put the puzzle pieces together ourselves. Peter and Miles stop Venom and a mysterious guy called the Hunter, and Otto Octavius is dead, which Peter's sad about. So as for ChatGPT's new trailer, it just shows Peter and Miles facing off against Venom and the Hunter. So nothing new. And as for Screwball, I really don't know. Anyway guys, that's all we have time for. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, like it, do what you have to do. I'm going now. Bye!